Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code. This is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 17th of the 8th, 2021. The time is 0435, just gone 4:30 in the morning GMT. Asian session coming to a close. European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, yesterday then, Monday the 16th, we had a positive unopposed driver in the yen, plus 193. No backdoor flows, the opposing negative flows mainly coming out the euro at minus 96, out the pound at minus 82, and the dollar is the negative rock at minus 15, activity plus or minus 193. Intra-week then, this is from Monday open to about 15 minutes ago, we've got a positive opposed driver in the yen at plus 206, front and backdoor flows mainly coming out the pound at minus 134, out the euro at minus 91, and the dollar is the positive rock at plus 19, activity plus or minus 225. Right, so we had this extreme yen strength yesterday, although it did sort of whipsaw, and then over the week we've got yen driving positively, but it's opposed. So yen is starting to think about coming off. And then intraday, then this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a negative unopposed driver in the pound at minus 55. No backdoor flows, the opposing positive flows mainly going into the dollar at plus 42, into the yen at plus 9, and the euro is a positive rock at plus 4, activity plus or minus 55. Right, what's going to knock it about, or has knocked it about? Right, we've had Monday, yesterday we had weak China retail sales. Today we've got GBP claimant count, Euro GDP, US retail sales, and the Fed Powell speech later on, much later on. On Wednesday, tomorrow, we've got New Zealand rates decision, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand doing that tomorrow, Wednesday the 18th. The RBA minutes were negative in terms of the COVID recovery, so that sort of put a bit of context there. And New Zealand has recorded one case of COVID, so it's thrown the markets into a bit of a wobble on New Zealand. Remember, we're short the New Zealand as a core position, so it's done us a few favours on that. But anyway, that's besides the point. Right, so let's look at the flows in the Asian session, and then so we did a bit of trading around yesterday. We managed to sell the yen across the board, and we ended up with about 145 to 150 points profit. But then the market started to go fairly ugly in equities, and you got this equity transmission coming in, pumping up the yen. So we bailed out. But anyway, it's a shame about that because we had some nice positions. But anyway, euro then. Euro was strong, except against the dollar and the yen. The yen is strong, except against the dollar. The pound is weak, except against the AUD and the NZD. The Swiss is strong, except against the yen, the dollar and the euro. The CAD is weak, except against the pound, the AUD and the NZD. The AUD is weak, except against the NZD. The NZD is weak across the board, and the dollar is strong across the board. So what have we got? We've got NZD weakness across the board, dollar strength across the board, take your pick in the middle. Right, so that sort of ties in with what we've been saying. So let's sort of let's have a look at the asset classes before we make some try and make some sense of the markets going forward today. Right, so US dollar index, start there. Right, basically it had that big pump up, it's sort of double topped, and it's 0.17 excuse me, from the high. So still pretty strong, the dollar, but just off its highs, climbing back up a bit. Gold took that sort of big fall off, it double topped, spiked down, and it's now looking at 0.45 from the floor. Gold soft, below half marks basically. Oil, we've got a lot of geopolitical risk going on at the moment, Afghanistan, etc. And gold is, oil is 0.35 from the floor, so it's 35% above the floor. It's a third above the floor, if you like, in model terms. So oil's pretty soft. Wall Street had that big pump up, and it's basically sideways near the top. S&P, big break, just come off slightly from the top. Tech, likewise. So equities are sort of hovering near their highs basically. They had a wobble yesterday, which was when we bailed out of our yen shorts as the normal equity risk off transmission came in and pushed the yen up again. But we just talked about that already. So US 10-year bond, this is the price. Basically the price shot up, yields came off, and now price is coming back up. It's 0.28 from the modelled high. So yields are relatively strong. They're just in that context. And then the bund, which is the European equivalent, it's got where is it? It's got that sort of, it's 0.17 from the high. So the prices of bonds are relatively high, yields are relatively soft, and the US arguably is slightly stronger, but the European yields are catching up now. So that's something to bear in mind. Where are we? Copper. Copper looked like it was going to have a good go yesterday on the up. But in the end, it succumbed to the risk off, and now we've had a good push up on it. It's 0.20 from the high, so copper's quite strong again now. So that's something to bear in mind as well. And US steel basically was soft for ages, and then it's broken at the highs. It's just above the highs. So US steel is strong. So we've got commodity strength. Excuse me again. And we've got equity strength. And we've got sort of twitch in the FX markets. Right. So let's have a look. Let's get rid of this and then just do the final analysis. See if we can work out how to trade the markets today, if you're trading around a core position or day trading or whatever you're doing. Anyway, so let's have a look. So look at the majors: dollar, euro, yen, pound. Now the yen is the thing of interest here. You've got Swiss. The Swiss yen is the key. If the Swiss is higher than the yen, then in other words, the yen is weaker than the Swiss. You can have first stages of risk off, but if the Swiss is weaker than the yen, you've got early second stages of risk off. And if you want to know more about that, we've done a video, analyst risk on, risk off. So have a look at that if you're not sure what we're talking about. But basically, what you want to see if you're selling the yen is the Swiss to be greater than the yen, and at the moment the Swiss is softer than the yen, which is not what you want if you're going to sell the yen. Now the yen is positioned right up to where are we? Let's have a look. Right, hang on, let's have a just quick. Right, last week the yen was the positive opposed driver at plus 224, so you had nearly 225 points came up on the yen complex, and the yen is now operating at as the opposed positive driver in intra-week terms, and it's plus 206. And if you look at the intraday, it's the positive mover at the moment. So they're not quite getting rid of the yen yet. So that's something to bear in mind. And that's where the action's going to be. We want to sell the yen again across the board when it's right. So, and the dollar's coming up. The pound's getting a bit of a pasting. Just bear in mind the data cycle in the pound at the moment. We've got this claimant count, and you've sort of got what else is it? Yes, GBP claimant count. So, and in the commodity currencies, the New Zealand dollar has been pumped up continuously for months. We should know we've been trying to sell it, and it's finally getting a bit of a taste of softness at the moment, but we'll see. Anyway, so, and the euro's sort of stuck in the middle. The pound is quite soft and it's got elbow room to come off at the moment. But the key thing to watch out, as I said, is this Swiss JPY. So at the moment, this is you've got downward pressure on the Swiss, which is and upward pressure on the yen, and you want to see that reversed before you sell the yen across the board. And the Asian session is telling you it's not quite ready yet because the yen is the positive mover, and you'd like to see some weakness here. It needs to be on the negative side really in the Asian session. So that's where we are. Hope that was useful. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow for the daily briefing.